You may be seated. Amen. Again, I thank God for opportunity to stand. I do not take it lightly. Looking here in Titus chapter 2, which is for some people a very familiar scripture. It's mostly used to reference the grace of God and salvation. And but on today, I would like to pull your attention to the ending part of that text that says, "Who gave himself for us, that he might redeem us from all iniquity and purify unto himself a peculiar people, zealous of good works." Now, I know you're thinking, Mr. Gordon, okay, isn't all of that what we need right now? You know, the grace and the salvation. But let's be honest, people of God, we already have that. I mean, if it wasn't the grace and salvation, would all you really be here? You know, let's just be real with it. You know, we already know about the grace. We already know about salvation. I really want to point out this part of redemption to go along with Pastor's series and everything. So, real quick, we see and understand that the grace of God and salvation is open to everyone and anyone who believes. It's right there in the text. That doesn't even need to be broken down. It's simple. I keep it simple just so everybody can understand it. Okay? Verse 11 says it right there. It's open to all. Okay? We understand that the ungodly and the unworldly lust way of living should be something that we are not, that we do not want as our lifestyle. That should be clear and obvious. We've been called out. We are set apart for that reason. So we cannot have that lifestyle of being ungodly and just going wherever we feel in a worldly lust, sleeping around and doing whatever we want to do. Now, I know it's painful, but hey, it's the truth. It hurt me. This is one of my favorite scriptures, and the reason why it is my favorite scripture is because it reminds me on a daily basis that there are things that I can and cannot do. There are things that I can and I cannot do. And even though it doesn't say it, there are things I can and cannot say. There are things I can and cannot look at. You know? Now, granted, none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. But there should be some type of lifestyle that we should be living. And if we're going to call ourselves Christians, then we should be living like Christ. Okay? We understand that we cannot live as the ungodly and the worldly people do. And we understand we should be living soberly and righteously and godly. Like I said, it doesn't mean that you have to be perfect. Because by me, none of us are. In fact, Romans 3:23 says, "For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God." And that's just the A portion. Okay? That's the A portion. All have sinned and come short of the glory of God. So that means that none of us is going to be perfect. What we're trying to do is get closer to that step of perfection. To be more like God, to be more like Him. So all of us are sinning at this moment and everything else, but you want to try your best. Your absolute best. And don't just say, "Oh, I'm doing my best," and you're not doing your best. Come on, let's be real. God knows. There's this whole excuse of, "Oh, God knows my heart." That's baloney. That's baloney. You know, because the truth is, He knows your heart. And He knows some people ain't trying to do their best. Some people is happy and fine with being messy. Some people are just happy and fine with being, you know, into all the drama. Some people are happy and fine with being drunk on 24/7. Some people fine with being high all the time. It's just the way they are. You know, so we have to be okay with the fact that we're Christ-like and we can't do it. Like I said, I really want to point out this part of the redemption portion of the text. What we have here is a young man named Titus who's receiving a letter from Paul, one of his co-laborers in the ministry. They were supposed to meet up and get together and then go out and do a crusade, but it seemed as for a moment that Titus had got there before Paul, and for a moment Paul was mad about that. This is what I learned in my study. That he was a little mad about it, but when he got to him, he was excited because it's just like, I love Reverend Gordon, I love Minister Keeler, I love all the ministers. But at times, me and Reverend Gordon don't get along. Sometimes I like Minister Keeler more than I like my own brother. I love you. Okay? But the reason why I say that is because it's like this. Paul was supposed to meet with Titus to make sure that everything that they have set up for the churches that they go to and that they're establishing is done right. And when Paul didn't get communication with Titus and everything, because they were supposed to meet with Corinth, because they heard the Corinthians start wilding out. Wilding out. So he had to make sure they said, okay, Titus, when you go by and we'll meet up and we'll make sure that everything is right. By God, you know, when Titus got over there, he fixed everything. So when he met with Paul, he was like, look, Pastor, everything good. Everything good. You ain't got to worry about Corinth. You know, like he do, like we do with Pastor. You know, he's like, hey, go fix that before I get to it. By the time he get there, it's fixed. So we ain't got nobody, you know, fired, nobody, you know, got to get a resignation letter, you know, all that kind of stuff. But he was taking care of that. Here, this is technically, the way it's put together, it was a pastoral letter. Because he's in leadership and he's trying to make sure that the people of God that are under Titus is being taught right. Which is what pastor does for us. Pastor teaches the ministers, and the ministers preach to you and teach you in the various ministries that we work in, so that everything is done right to the glory of God. Okay, here we have in verse 14, it says, what I really want to pull out is the fact that this portion of redemption where it says, who gave himself for us. And this is important because of some fact that whether we all know it or not, we're all sinful. And whether we know it or not, none of us could have paid the price for the sins that we have committed, that we are committing, and the ones that we will commit. Okay? He gave himself for us because of some fact that he loved us so much. And because of the grace and because of salvation, he gave himself for us. It's like I said, it's clear across the board. It's clear across the board. It don't matter how much money you got. It ain't gonna work. It don't matter because in the old days, they didn't have money like that. See, back then when you sinned, you had to go to the priest, and you had to go to the high priest and all of that, and they had to slaughter lambs and slaughter fresh young animals, doves and things of that, to cover your sins. But see, here's it got so bad. It got so bad because for a moment God was like, okay, all right. They put that's a nice little lamp on the altar for me. Okay, I'll forgive him. But it got real bad to where God was like, I don't even want that. I don't want it. That's not even good enough for me. The sin and that was just at that time. That was at that time with no technology. That was just them sitting on their own. Now we got everything. Everything. You know, he was like, their imagination is bad. Their imagination is bad, but your fingers is bad. When you walk is bad. What you say is bad. Well, we pull up on our phones because everybody got internet. And ain't nobody got an old school flip phone. But they can go with it. Everybody else is trying to stay young as possible. So everybody got this phone, iPhones, Androids, whatever. But it gives you the web, and you pull up whatever you want. There's no parental lock on these phones. So the sins that you pull up on your phone, it's a little bit more heavy than what was going on back then. But the whole point is this. He gave himself for us because we could not do this on our own. Okay? We could not do it on our own. Romans 3:23 says, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. And then Romans 6:23 says that for the wages of sin is death. For the wages of sin is death. That's the 8th portion. The wages of sin is death. So now that we know what the wages of the sin that we have done, that we're doing, and that we will do is, let's be for real, we can't pay for that. Every time you look up, you're sinning. And a dollar ain't gonna do it. A dollar ain't gonna do it. It might make her happy, might make him happy, but it don't make God happy. Alright? It says that he might redeem us from all iniquity and purify unto himself a pure people zealous of good works. Now I'm going to be out your way. This portion that says that he might redeem us, what I found interesting about it was that as I was studying, I found 3 different types of words that translate into the word redeemed. I'm only used 2. The first one was, and I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but it's pada, P-A-D-A, and it is to buy or purchase. The concept is to purchase of a slave. Nobody got it? Nobody got it? Okay. Amen, lights. For this portion, in this setting, you were the slave to sin. Oh, now you get it. Okay, great. You're the slave to sin. You're under bondage. And you need to be free. Nobody else can do it. So Christ came and died and purchased you for himself. Purchased you for himself. The second one is karpa. It's K-A-P-A-R. Now this carries the idea of a purchase that pays off debt. Okay? Oh, nobody got bad credit. Nobody got a IOU to anybody. Okay. Everybody got capital one, huh? Everybody got that? I don't. Net spin. But this carries the idea of a purchase that pays off debt, which is my favorite to see because you could not pay for the sins that you have done. You could not pay for the sins that you are doing. You cannot pay for the sins that you are going to do. It is the fact that he redeemed. It is the fact that he took on the cross. It's the fact that he took on our sin. It's the fact that at one moment God could not look at him because of the sin that he carried for you and I. Okay, it's the fact that he took that on and paid a debt that we could not pay. Because the truth of the matter is, the moment that after your mama carried you for 9 months, 10 months, whatever it was, and you was born, you were supposed to die. Because you was already born in sin and shaped in iniquity. You was dirty. And God didn't want no part of that. God didn't want no part of that. Now, is it your fault? No. But are you accountable for it now? Yes. It's a lot of things that go on that we do not want to be, that is not our fault. You know, somebody at the job, you know, they didn't clean the restroom. They didn't do this, they didn't do that. You know, but they told you to do it. Is it your fault that it's dirty? No, but you're accountable for cleaning it up. You know, that's how it is. Christ didn't sin. He sat in glory with his Father. He didn't sin, but he came down, took on your sin, took on my sin, took on the sins of that time, of the time before us, and when we die, and if he don't come back before then, the sins of the people that come after us. It's really amazing. I'm learning every word the pastor be right. When you want to shout and you can't because you got to preach, it's hard. But when I sat back and I looked and said, God is great, I'm like, he is great because those few little ounces of blood that shed from his body as he hung on the cross was so powerful to redeem us, and so powerful that it stretched from this point in time all the way to this point in time. Now you may be somewhere in here, I'm somewhere in there, but the fact of the matter is that his blood was so long that it saved us and that it redeemed us, and it allows us that relationship back with the Father. Now, I wasn't going to bring this up, but there was one more definition of the word for redeem, and it was to refer to the kinsman. Now that one is, I want to say Gal, is G-A-A-L, and when you look, the way to pronounce it is G-A-W-A-L. Now that it was in reference to redeeming on behalf of a kinsman. Now, how does that relate to this moment? How does that relate to this moment? If God is a father and Christ is our brother and our Savior, we are related. So he redeems us back into the fold. He redeems us back into the fold. Now, why is this important? Now, let's be for it. Why is this really important? Why is this really important? Because of the fact that we're not redeemers. No, we're not. We're not Christ. But we have a piece of Christ in us. So what does that mean? That the small part of Christ that's in us should be the redeemer for that one that's lost. Should be the redeemer for the one that's thrown out. Let's be real about that. Let's be real about that. That's the part of the redeemer that we should be playing. For that one that's still out game banging when we all from the hood. Everybody's super tough. Or I'm so holy. Whatever. You can be whatever. Play your part as Christ and redeem somebody back into the fold. That's what you should do. That's what you do. Play your part as Christ and redeem somebody back into the fold. Now I'm not the hardest of hardest. You know, I'm not the Savior to save, but I'm going to let it be real and known. I was banging 8-9 neighborhood East Coast crib. Forever. And I was coming to church. 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 And my grandfather's chairman of the board. But I'm going to let it be known and let it be real. When I got in trouble, I was coming to the church. But when I wanted to do my job, I was in the street. And when the Lord set me free, I was able to go back and say, hey, look. I can't do it no more, but y'all more than welcome to join me where I'm at. Now, has everybody that I hung out with came into the realization of who Christ is? No. But did I plant a seed? Yes. Has somebody ready to get with you? Yes. I can say of the few that I hung out with, and of the few that I spent my summers with at the pool, jumping off roofs, hanging out, and all of that. Of the few that I talked to when I left that lifestyle, I know for a fact that 4 gave their life to God. So I've done my part. I've done my part. Am I done working? No. Because there's still more to go get. There's still more to go get. But my question is this: when you gonna go get some too? He purposed me to talk to the people that don't want the record, that don't want the hoop, because I don't do that. God called me and God redeemed me for those who like it just straight, simple. Those who like it straight, good. Those who like it raw. And that's how I give it to them. Look, I don't know the whole Bible. I don't know everything. I'm not as educated as everybody else. But what I do know, what I can tell you, my brother, my sister, is that Christ came there through 42 generations. Came took on your sin, my sin, and the sins of the world. Hung on the cross from the 6th to 9th hour. He said 7 things like that will shock and amaze this world, even till today. And the last thing he said was, it's finished. And he gave up the ghost. But on the third day, he rose. On the third day, he got up with all power in his hands. And that is how he became the Redeemer. That's how he became the Redeemer. It wasn't just the fact that he died. Everybody dies. But the fact that he got back up. And he's more important. He's coming back again.